Hey everybody, welcome to the last edition of A Few Dates in Google Classroom. This edition is going to take a look at settings and sharing, so let's get right into it. So we're in our general class view here, and you can see over here on the left we have a settings button. So I'm going to click on that. And you can see in your settings for all of Classroom, you have your email notifications. So a lot of times when we first start using Google Classroom, we have a lot of emails that get sent. And this is where we can control all that. If you want to turn off email altogether, this would be the toggle that you would use and it eliminates all the choices. I would recommend to you to leave it on and then just control what you want coming into your inbox. You can also turn off email and turn on email notifications for individual classes if you'd like. So you can have them turned off, set your preferences, and then pick the classes you want to get those notifications from. So you have complete control over that. However, there are more settings that a lot of times teachers don't realize or see, and that's once you're in your class, all the way over here on the right, past the analytics button and the Meet video call and your classroom calendar and your Drive folder, right in here in class settings. When I click on that, it will open up a whole bunch of settings. Obviously, your class details, how you want to use these. Little tip that I give people is you can type anything you want in these. It doesn't have to be the room and the subject and the section. And really, what that controls is how this stuff shows up in the bottom of your header that you can see here. So really, it's up to you how you want it to appear just by typing in anything you'd like here. It's really up to you. You have a general setting that allows you to turn on and off invite codes. So they're turned off for me. I'm going to turn them on right now, and they've really done a lot of changes to invite codes. A lot of teachers use the display code to get kids in. If you only have a class, if you're an elementary teacher and you only have a class of 20, you can also invite them, invite people if you'd like. But the code's a quick way to do it, and they've added this little display class code button that allows you to make it nice and large, and you can even make it full screen if you'd like to have kids join that way. What I tell teachers that I work with about this is that once you have the code and have everybody in that you want, turn your invite codes off. Another way you can invite people is just by using this link. It's something they click on and it puts them in your classroom. This is probably the quickest way to do it because you can put this link on your teacher page, anywhere you want where the kids find it, click on it, and they're in. I would also recommend that once you get everybody in, go into your settings and turn all of these off so that you don't have any unwanted visitors into your class. There's your stream settings, who can post and comment. Most teachers set it up this way. I think the default in Google right now, Classroom, is students can post and comment, but really right now I have only teachers set up on this one. Classwork on the stream, a lot of people don't use this or look at this. You have control over how your stream looks. You can hide all the notifications, you can show them really condensed, or you can show all the attachments and details. So the middle one actually kind of cuts down. And if you're looking at what that looks like, it's this little bar right here. You can see it looks like a little bar. That's a condensed notification in Google Classroom. So as we scroll further down, if you were here during the pandemic, you know this. If not, and you ever want to use Google Meet with Google Classroom, you have a specific Google Meet link for Google Classroom that has security features already built in. And if you click on that, learn more, it will tell you about what to do or what those security settings are. And it tells you right here, set up a meeting in Classroom, start a video meeting in Classroom. So there's some pretty good I guess, security features for this. And you control whether this link is out there. I can drop on this and I can copy it, put it somewhere. I can reset it. I can get rid of it completely if I'd like. But when I turn this on and I hit save and I go to my Google Classroom, over here on the right, you'll see this join button that's visible to my students so that I can do it. And from here, I can manage this and it'll take me to this little pop-up that allows me to turn this off once I'm done using it. And you can see I still have the link there, but it's not visible to students. So students can't randomly click on it to get into a meet. So let's go back to the settings. Grading periods, scale, and calculation. The periods and the scale are brand new. Grading periods just started this year, which allows you to break up your assignments and what you assign into grading periods for better organizations for the students. So I can simply just add these grading periods really easy. I can apply them to existing assignments, and I can copy all this to other classes very easily. So that's nice. A grading scale allows you to control how your grades get put in. Are you just grading in Google Classroom for proficiency, giving later grades? You're creating a 4-point scale, or if you create your own grading scale, you can control how that is. Not too many teachers use this. It's really beneficial when you're doing everything in Google Classroom, although I have seen staff use this for just a Google Classroom grade. Like they call it a digital assignment grade, which is kind of nice to do that. So that's scale. Calculation, if you want to create grade calculation, you can do it by points. You can actually weight it by categories. You see I have some categories here. So when I turn on weighted by category, as I enter in these percentages, so let's say I want my tests to be 60% and I want my classwork to be 40%. So that's going to add to 100. And it gives me this little remaining button here so I can see how much I have left to make sure I'm getting up to 100%. These come into play when I actually assign things, and I'll show you that in a moment. So I'm going to save that. And I'm going to go to my classwork. I'm going to hit create assignment. And you can see over here in the grading, there's a setting button to take me right to settings if I need to. But you can see in the category here, I can pick which of those categories I chose. I can choose how many points, and it will automatically assign that percentage to those grades, which is nice. I can also set the grading period right inside the assignments if I forgot to. And if you click on the setting buttons, it takes you right over to the settings to your grades. So that's a nice little feature, and a lot of this is new to Google Classroom this year. So that's the settings in Classroom. And one other thing I want to show you, which is brand spanking new, the last thing I'm going to show you is I have all these assignments, and a lot of these are goofy because this is just my kind of play area, my Mr. M Google class. But if you hit share classwork, so I have all these things listed here. Say I have a new staff member that comes to my grade level or team or department, or I just want to work with someone where they create a couple Google Classroom assignments and then I create them. If I hit this share classwork button, something's going to pop up. And what's going to pop up is my ability to allow teachers to access all of my assignments via a link. And they even give you a look at what it looks like. So I'm going to click on that. A lot of preview buttons, which is nice. And it tells you up here, this is what others will see. This will allow teachers that you work with to export your classwork that you have set up into their own Google Classroom. It allows you to share, allows you to separate the work. So I just simply would click on these as I did it. Now, obviously, I can't click on these because this is a preview mode. And I hit export classwork, and it's going to send that to the teacher. It's going to allow the teacher to take from you what they'd like and use it for themselves. So that's a really neat brand new feature that allows teachers to collaborate really well. I'm really happy that Google did this. I do enjoy it quite a bit. So those are the settings and the sharing in Google Classroom. This is the last series in a few dates with Google Classroom. Please let me know if there's any other questions that you have. I hope you enjoyed this series and it helped you use Google Classroom a little bit better. And maybe there's something you noticed that I didn't cover. Shoot me a line or drop me a line in my email and I will cover it or make another video for you. Have a great day.